Hey, I made it. It's been a day. Been a day. It is a day. Yeah, it's like a day. It is a day. Yeah. Hello, 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 and welcome. Thank you so much for everybody joining me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this big, beautiful world. And we're still here. Wow. That's all I got to say. I just, well, the world didn't explode. We're still here. There were no major earthquakes along the track of the eclipse. Um, let's see what else. God, Jesus did not come back to the world. Sorry, Jesus did not return. I didn't think he would. He already did his stint and left. Yeah. So it's been on TikTok. You know what I noticed? Hey, Shar. I TikTok. What is it? Fuck. Oh, there's there are videos going on there that and they're kids, right? Of I can't see. Open your eyes. I can't see. Oh my god. Okay, you stay here. I gotta call the ambulance. My son's eyes are burnt out from the eclipse. He didn't keep on his glasses. Okay, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's just like one of those things that are gonna try and keep you scared when the next eclipses happen in the fall, but they won't be, they won't be a total eclipse that is going through North America. So, that's done. I don't think it's gonna come back for another 350 years. So, hey, you guys are all safe. You're all safe. You're fine, you know, and just just the craziness that was said. I know the thing with CERN and stuff and the starting of CERN was there were some crazy things that happened with that. I saw videos of sharks doing weird things, but I don't know if that's a normal thing or not because I'm not a shark expert, nor am I going to go find out more about sharks because it's in the ocean and there's sharks and there's jellyfish. So I ain't going to go in there, but you know, and supposedly something to do with some crows falling or something. I don't know, something weird. So you know what? All I gotta say is there's always some crazy fucked up thing happening on Earth. Earth is a place where we don't know a lot, right? And we get so blinded by our own beliefs and ideas and values that many times we don't see beyond what we see right right in front of us, right? And there's many magical, mystical places. There's places of, where they can't explain things. There's an area in the desert and it's circular. I think it's in the Sahara Desert. And no animals will go in there. They will not go in this area in the desert, right? So they will bypass it kind of thing. I mean, and if they do, it's like they've seen where, if you go in there, like your blood pressure drops, all kinds of crazy things start to happen. And scientists have no idea. So there are things in this world that we have no idea about. There are mystical, magical things in this world that happen all the time. And there's no logical explanation. And I think that's what makes it so cool and so unique and so fabulous, to be here on this planet, because this is a planet that is that gives you such diversity and craziness, and I feel like it's a day to enjoy it. I mean, the sun was exalted yesterday. The moon is in Taurus today and it's exalted. It did go over Mercury, and I feel like it's okay. It's making a square over to Pluto, and looking at our values and our beliefs and da 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 da. And I feel okay. Well, we're doing that. We're doing that. But I feel there's also where we have to really step into the mystical and the fun of it. And it's so important that we begin to start doing that. This is really if you did any manifestation or if you wrote or did anything a meditation or something during the eclipse, that as we were coming between this new moon that we just had to the next new moon, a really good time to get things amplified and amplify things a little bit more of what it is that you would like to be doing. On April 20th, I'm going to be having another meditation on April 20th, and it's going to be by donation. So if people are wanting to join me for that meditation on April 20th, and that's the day that Uranus and Jupiter come together. So it's about what, 11 days out, 10 days out before that happens. And so I feel like giving you some time, start to really noodle over what it is more of what you are wanting to create. Or if you've already started to create something, if you're already working on that, like how can you piggyback on that to make it more, like create it even more than what it is? What more things can you add to it so that it is, that you are able to manifest it more, right? So this is I feel like it's a really positive energy. Like I felt great yesterday. That moon, the energies of it. I went walking with the dog. We're out there under the partial solar eclipse that we had. And I just was like, yeah, this feels so right. This feels so good. And embracing that beautiful energy. Then I felt so bad that my grandson had to be inside. They weren't allowed outside and they closed the blinds. Like somehow this is, these kids, something's going to come in and I don't know, engulf them. Just that fear of God, which I found kind of ridiculous kind of thing. So it was exhausting though. I was exhausted by the end of the day. I was following it, like I was just like, I've been exhausted for the past few weeks since Mercury gone retrograde anyways, but that I think just amplified a lot and I was just like out of it afterwards. So again, just taking that time, and I fell asleep, but the whole excuse me, I hate when I fall asleep in the afternoon because then it takes me a while to fall asleep at night. So I don't nap. I don't like to nap anyways, even though they say it's good to nap, but don't like napping. Some people just love the napping sort of thing. Oh, yes, I just love to go for a nap. If I'm totally exhausted, yeah, which I feel I have been for the last little while, but yesterday, lots of positive energy. I have to take a sip of coffee here. Hang on. Love to know what your experiences were with this eclipse, how you felt with this eclipse. Did you feel good, bad, indifferent, or it's like, oh, I didn't even know what was happening kind of thing. The other piece that is, that's coming forward is I feel like since they did whatever fear mongering that they did during this eclipse, now they have sort of a blueprint of what is going to be rolled out in the next month. And we're going to be starting to sort of feel that rollout or whatever they are wanting to roll out over the next month. And what that's going to include, what that's going to look like, kind of thing. So, just be prepared. Be prepared. I mean, our PM just is raising the budget for military, which is Canada usually doesn't do that. We don't really spend a lot of money on our military, on our one little ship. But they are going to be spending, money on it. I missed it. I thought it was at 2. Oh. So I think it ended at 2. I'm not sure when it started in Saskatchewan. I know here it started at about quarter to 12. And then, or that was when it's at its sort of peak and stuff, and then end it at about 1 something. So, yeah. But, yeah, I just I don't know. I feel like there's, again, about the economy, finances, you're gonna be hearing a lot more of financials, feeling the squeeze. they're talking about interest rates and stuff that they may have to raise the interest rates that's in the States. So, if it's happening down there, they're gonna be looking at it here. Canada's spending more money on military, which is a new thing because they don't usually do that. And I don't know, there's some big wigs are selling off their stock. So I mean, I'm not sure if that's meaning anything, but you know, um, I think it's something that is interesting to look at. And that if anybody follows any financials, the JP Morgan came out with his report and stuff, which I mean, like him or hate him, he is still somebody who has sway in how the economy really gets pulled. Strange cause they are pulling the pilot training from here, I heard, as of March. Yeah, they might be pulling and then putting it somewhere else. So that's the other piece too, putting it into a major city in somewhere where it's a major place, like probably Edmonton, Calgary, or something like that. So I could see them doing that because making it more centralized, more so. Or Texas, yeah, putting it down in Texas. Um, Germany, mm, could be. I'm not I couldn't tell you. I didn't even know you guys had um a pilot training thing there in Moose Jaw. I had no idea. And so, but the thing is, I think they're trying to centralize things a little bit more. I don't think they would put it in, I don't know if Texas doesn't feel right. Maybe Germany, but you know, maybe, somewhere else. It's just things are going to be rapidly changing and they're going to be trying to centralize things as much as possible. The one thing that did come out of the with JP Morgan and what he was saying is money going into resources and going into oil and gas. Now he said that we need to be starting to put more into that, which is true. Uh, but because of laws that have been passed that have come down, they are restricting a lot of that. So we see that again. So with Neptune coming to the end of Pisces, so we look at things when it comes to oil and gas and things that are going to be extremely inflated if things get crazier when you go into the Middle East. So anything to do with oil and gas, anything to do with food, our resources. So we are going to be seeing the restrictions that are going to be coming upon that. And, that's going to be a very interesting to see. And I'm not going to say how much a price of oil could go, but I feel like because of where Neptune is going, and as he gets near the end of Pisces and then retrogrades back, I feel that we're going to be seeing some really big hikes coming in over the next little while because of that and some of the restrictions that are going to be coming forth. And even with, the Mars and Saturn conjunction that's happening in Pisces. So things that are, trying to put the boundaries up, trying to get things in organized and feeling somewhat of that organization and a lot has to do when it comes to the waterways. Anything to do with flight, and I think anything to do with flying right now, more restrictions are going to be coming down. They're gonna have probably more problems with flights. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they're pulling it. The pilots from the training is that they're having issues with planes right now, huge issues with planes. So I can see, one of the reasons why they're doing that, and until they can get a really good handle on everything to do when it comes to aircrafts and things along that line. So that's going to be an interesting play out as we are moving forward. But I feel like everything what they did, they're just playing it out until the middle of the year. you know, or not the middle of the year, the middle of next month, I should say, the middle of next month. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah. Well, we have Eris coming in, but I mean, I think, with Mercury retrograde and Eris and the Sun conjoins Eris on Sunday, bookending, the week with Eris and the medicine of Eris, chaos, discord. So I think we're going to start seeing a little bit more discord that's going to be happening in and around. I know everybody's going like, hey, it's, you know, the energies are very positive, but things we're going to start witnessing and seeing even more when it comes to chaos and a little bit of discord and, all that kind of fun stuff that's going on. But yeah, I don't have much to say today. Amazing enough to that. Just a little bit of busy morning. Met with a beautiful client this morning. It was great. It was wonderful. And then my husband made me a lovely lunch. And yeah, it's kind of like one of those days that, after everything to do with the eclipse is like, oh, okay, let's take a little bit of a breather kind of thing and go from there. But so few things, I guess, the a meditation coming up on the 20th, and then we have the Beltane that's going to be coming up shortly here in May. It's May 1st is the Beltane, which is a Wednesday. So what I am thinking, I do that sometimes, is on the 27th, 28th, I'm gonna have a Beltane. No, it'll be the 28th. It's gonna probably be in the afternoon. A Beltane celebration, just going through the energies of the Beltane. So that's gonna be on the 28th. And then for those who are interested in basic astrology and stepping through and starting to do basic astrology, because I have my month of May workbook, and we can sort of use that as a baseline with the workbook and then other booklets I have done up, that we can start working with some of the energies and start working with the planets and learning sort of some basics of astrology. I know I've done like the Mercury retrograde and how it is in your chart, but just where people need to understand the glyphs. What are the glyphs? What is the glyph of Scorpio kind of thing, where I'm just showing you guys, like, there's the glyph of Scorpio up there. And what is the glyph of um Mercury, and things like that. So, going through the different glyphs so that you guys can understand them, to their rotations, how fast do they travel around the sun, and what kind of orbit do they have, kind of, so that would be the basis of day, the one, and then just so that you get used to it, and then, coming back and working through the May workbook, and then looking at, okay, what does house 1 mean? What does house 2 mean? What does house 3? And a lot of this, it's getting to know, what does it mean? All right, let's, look it up, and then get how we feel. And I usually get people to start following the moon phases. So the moon is in Taurus. How do you feel when the moon is in Taurus? Right? Do you feel good? Do you feel bad? Do you feel tired? Do you feel sluggish? Do you feel energetic? How do you feel with the moon in Taurus? And some people say, well, I never thought about it. Like, but when we start paying more attention to it, then we start to get more into attune in the alignment of how, because that's our internal core, how it's making us feel. How is it making, how did you feel with the sun in Aries? Do you feel energized? Do um does that feel right for you? Some people might feel like it's just too overwhelming, too much. People go, when the sun goes into Taurus, are you feeling, yeah, I'm going to get things done and I want to do more things, and feeling more, into working in the mundane world more so than, say, if you got into Cancer. So when the moon's in Cancer, it's just like, yeah, I know it's summertime, but I just want to, kind of, do things, stay home, have family gatherings, picnics, and things like that. Very Cancerian type of energy. And so paying attention to that, paying attention to not only where the sun is, but where the moon is as well. That's partially what we're going to be doing with the astrology classes. So we have that coming up. So doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that kind of thing. So there you guys go. Any questions out there in beautiful land? Bring out the encyclopedia. Oh, okay. Manga, agave is so manga, Magueu. Let's spell it again, Mary. Maguey. I can't speak. It's agave. It's a masculine. It's ruled by Mars. We've got another Mars planet, and its element is fire. Power is lust. We got another lust planet again. What is with all of this lust happening? The juice of the mango has long been used in lust potions. Oh, well, it's sweet, right? Agave is sweet. So bringing in that sweetness. But we had a lust one the other day too. So we just must be all in a little lustful, horny moods lately with all this energy coming in. Oh, let's pull a card. You can tell that I'm not, my energy is kind of like, oh yeah. Yes, they do. Ooh, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. I mean, money's coming in, but you can be kind of a tightwad with the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles can really get you that you're not letting your money go. You're just squeezing on too tight, and things aren't moving the way that you want it to move. Four of Pentacles is, there's a resistance there. You see it, like he's got a bag of money behind him. Money's there, but doesn't want to change, doesn't want to try something new, don't want to do it in a new way. You can reach a wonderful state of success, and it may be good, and it could be closer than you thought, but for some reason it's the fear that you're going to lose it, the fear that everything's going to fall apart. So when the Four of Pentacles comes in, it's like, am I ready to look beyond the materialistic values of my life? It can't be all money, the physical wealth, because that's an illusion, right? I know it doesn't feel that way when you look at your bank account and you're just like, but there's only $6 in there. It's not an illusion. It doesn't feel like it. But it is, this is a card that points out a desire for stability and settling down and conservative lifestyle. This is one that gets us to really like, okay, what do we value? What's important to us? What are we hanging on to so tightly that we just got to let it go? We just have to surrender it. And it could be that, if you're hoarding things or you're, keeping all these attachments, it's not allowing for anything to grow. You're just allowing for just to stay there and stay stagnant. So really watching where you're going. Let's pull another card to sort of take a look. Yeah, you got to have the strength to allow things to grow. You got to allow things to go. know that you have that infinite inner strength that is with you, and the divine's always there to give you a helping hand as well. So definitely, when you're surrendering or when you're doing this, know that you don't do it alone. Talk to your God, talk to your goddess, bring that energy in, and ask for the help to guide you. So there you go. You guys go. I think I'm done now. I'm done. Yeah, I'm just done. I'm just gonna watch a little bit of some news, or not news. Just watch some of my chateau stuff and finish my coffee. And yeah, that's about it. That's it for the day. If you're wanting to book a reading, definitely get a hold of me. I do have, what's today? Tuesday? Yeah, I have a space that opened up on Friday. So I do have some space on Friday and some openings next week. So there you go. So if you are interested in it, and website is coming soon. I'm going to be looking at that tomorrow and doing some website work tomorrow. And so I blocked off time for that and doing my website and getting that up and running. Um that's about all. That's what I keep saying. That's about all. And I keep on talking. All right. That's it. I'm done. I'm not talking no more. All right. I'm putting the ducks on. See you guys later. Bye bye.